Okay, Brian, we are back.
We are
Another
back.
Saturday, another gaming with a point.
Correct. And it's a fun episode this week again.
This
So we,
week, we're talking about something that we both love.
very much so. So before we get into that though, I am Brian. I am a Gen 1er. Gustavo is a Gen 4 jockey. AKA I'm the boomer, he's the zoomer. And so this week, we're obviously talking Pokemon. But before that, Gustavo, how was your week?
My week was just a regular week. I go to work, I then go to school, I then sleep, and then I repeat the process. That's just been my entire week, over and over again.
Same. Although I did have one really awesome thing happen. So if you guys are on my Twitch channel, you will see I am now affiliate.
Congratulations, Brian.
It's been a hell of a grind to get there. I'm very excited about it. And yet again, I don't expect people to always sub and stuff. That's not what this is about. It's about creating a community. But with that being said, actually, I did also start a Discord, which you can find with the command Discord. So, but yeah. So we're slowly getting there with stuff.
Good for you, Brian. Good shit. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. I haven't done any of that yet.
Well, I mean, you built the Gaming with a Point Discord, so.
That is still not officially out yet.
Well, no, it's for me and you and our compatriots. Anyone who comes and joins the podcast as a guest right now. Later, it'll be for everyone else.
Yeah, later. Eventually, when I have the time to actually work on it and make it look nice. Right now, I don't want to.
Also, so I want to put out to both of our chats that I am doing a thing new every week. I'm going to do it. I thought of it today would be a great week to kind of have it start being, we should do a question of the day. And this week's seems pretty obvious. What is your favorite Pokemon? So in the chat, sound off. So for me, it's really simple. It's Apom. Apom has always been my favorite Pokemon. I know a lot of people question, like, it's not even that good and stuff, but I absolutely love Apom. I think it's super cute, even in the Detective Pikachu movie, and I know everyone hates it, but I love it. I hate Ambipom. That can get in the bin, though. Gustavo, what do you think?
That's a hard question. I have multiple. I think, well, this might be obvious to you, but I think my main favorite Pokemon might be Lucario.
Mm-hmm.
After Lucario, there's a couple. I fucking love Torterra. Turtwig is
valid.
So my first Pokemon game was Pearl. And I started off with Turtwig. And I fucking love Turtwig and Torterra. I forgot the middle one's name, but I'm not the biggest fan of the middle one.
Grotle.
Turtwig and, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan. Kind of funny.
So with that kind of actually leads into my next question for you. So I'm assuming your favorite starter then is Turtwig.
I don't know. So I was gonna say another favorite Pokemon is Charizard.
That's
and
everyone's.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I like Turtwig or Charmander. I'm
For me, my favorite starter is, it switches between the two, but Totodile and Cyndaquil. I absolutely. So Cyndaquil, I love aesthetically. I loved it when I was originally playing through Gold and Silver. Totodile, I didn't really grow to love until I saw Ashes in the anime, because it had so much personality, and like that's where a lot of my love for certain Pokemon comes from. is the anime more so than my experience with him, is because it's like such a cool mon to, because his is so much personality where it's just kind of same with Charizard. When you think of Ash's Pokemon, probably Charizard's one of the biggest ones people think about because it had such that badass attitude. I loved it. Speaking of, so, Gustavo, what was your? I know this, but for our viewers, what was your first Pokemon game?
My very first Pokemon game was I fucking love it, and I'm so happy that the remake got announced. I've
Valid.
been asking for a Gen 4 remake for I don't know how long, but I am so fucking happy. But then again, I have a little bit of mixed feelings about how they're doing it. At least how it seems they're doing it. From the way that it looked, I don't really like the way it looked. Kind of still prefer the whole
Original art.
Yeah. I don't know, the 3D top down just doesn't really feel good. If they were, so the way that I wanted them to do it is like similar to how Octopath Traveler handles their 8-bit stuff, where it's like there's some parts that look really realistic and really cool and updated while they still keep the sprite and 8-bit. Having, I want to see a Pokemon game like that. That would be really fucking cool.
Oh yeah. I think so for me, because obviously we're gonna get into this topic a little more later. How I'm looking at it is, it's essentially just a reason not to buy Diamond and Pearl on the DS. Because they said it's a 1-for-1 remake. It's essentially the exact same game, just upscaled a little bit. So that's how I'm looking at that. But for me, obviously, go ahead. Well, we still have another 9 months for it, so there could be more that we don't know.
Yeah, but they're saying it's going to be like pretty much the exact same thing. Just
I hope they add more. I hope they add Pokemon from newer generations to it. That's what I'm hoping for more than anything.
I don't even want that. I just want them to include Platinum. That's all I want.
Well, even Platinum, it only adds, what, 3 fire types? Or something?
Yeah, but
so it's still
it
problematic.
It still adds more story.
Well, yeah, I'm more worried about fire types.
Giratina.
I think we'll get something with Giratina anyways.
I hope so. That was a big part of the Ace Batman.
Oh yeah. So for me, obviously, I started Gen 1. I'm a little bit older, so... Because obviously, Pokemon's older than Gustavo, spoiler alert. But I grew up Gen 1. I grew up in Pokemania, so I was addicted from day one. So it's one of the things for me is that's what mattered most when all this was happening. And some people are going to be like, oh, well, Pokemon just isn't as good as it used to be. And I agree and I disagree. I think it's the same. It hasn't made leaps and bounds. But really has Call of Duty, and yet people buy that yearly. And there's not always a leap and bound.
All I'm gonna say is that Pokemon Legends.
Oh, we're gonna get into that. We're not.
Pokemon Legends, dude.
When we talk about that, that's a whole nother animal.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that in a bit. But yeah, no, 100%. That's a whole nother animal. But yeah, no. So, for me, growing up in Pokemania and it now being 25 years, and because I grew up when people were like, this is going to die down and stuff, and I even got out of Pokemon for a while. I actually missed, because I played, the last game I had played because I played Red and Blue, Blue, I played Silver, I played Fire Red, I did not play Ruby or Sapphire, I did not play any of the Gen 4 games, and then I got back in Black and White, because my best friend got me into it. And from there, I kind of just kept getting into the games and stuff, and it evolved for me once again. I kind of always kept Pokemon like in the back of my mind of stuff. Like I would still watch the animes, I'd always look at the cards and stuff, but I wasn't always buying them because I didn't always have the money for it. But for me, it came down to really finding the time for Pokemon, and I didn't have friends that were interested in Pokemon. So when I got those friends, I was super happy to be able to play and enjoy the games again. And that's one of the big things I absolutely love about Pokemon, is some of the friendships I've made because of it. So, and that's why I think Pokemon's significance, and why it upsets me so much that some people kind of still look at Pokemon as, oh, it's a kid's game, and oh, there's only so much to it. Is it's very much changed media in general. It changed pop culture to the point Pikachu is one of the most recognizable characters in history. So for me, that's where what it comes down to is, when you look at Pokemon, is yeah, people thought it was just going to be a small thing because of how many other things were trying to jump on its coattails at the time, but obviously it ended up doing much better than people anticipated. So for me, like the fact that Pokemon is just becoming more and more popular and kind of evolving is really nice. Community that hasn't evolved in a lot of ways.
I believe the card game is made.
I hate it so much. Well, for one reason is it's so hard to get cards now, and half the time it's just people buying it to resell, and I hate it.
Dude, I was at Walmart today, and I was so
sold out. We had
the
worst part. We had a bunch yesterday. We had what, about 100 packs yesterday, Karina? Yeah, of 2 different sets. We had about 100 packs. I went in today at 11. There were 0.
I was planning on I was gonna buy 2 packs. I was gonna open it on the podcast. See if I got anything cool.
Same.
Nothing.
Oh, I did pull something cool because we did get packs yesterday when they were available. We got a couple packs. I actually pulled a full art Eterna Max V. So, Eternius V Max, which is really cool. So, but yeah, no, I still have a ton of cards, including some of my, well, not my classic cards. My grandpa had actually, I used to go to garage sales a lot with my grandparents, which is why I used to play older consoles more than modern consoles. They were cheap to get and stuff. And so he saw one day they had a thing of Pokemon cards, and so he decided to buy them for me and stuff. So I still have that. Another really cool thing that is older than Gustavo that I own is for the Pokemon first movie, they did Pokeballs with golden Pokemon cards in them. I actually have 2 sets of them. One set is pretty damaged, the boxes, but the other set is still pretty pristine. That set I'm going to keep to give to my kids. The other set I might sell someday, I don't know. But finding full sets of it is almost impossible. So that's where it comes down to for me, is I have a full set and they're really hard to find. It's tempting to sell, but I don't know if I ever will. I don't know if I'll have the heart to do it, but giving it to my kids and saying, this is your choice. If you want to sell it, sell it. If not, keep it for yourselves, pass it down further, that kind of thing. I think it's extremely important to kind of keep the legacy of Pokemon going, because obviously it's something I've loved. Even though I keep making the joke because Karina's best friend is pregnant right now, due any day, and I kept making the joke with Karina. I'm like, if she's born today, because her other 2 daughters are my goddaughters, if she's born today and I'm still her godfather, just like I am her sisters, she's getting a Pokemon every year for her birthday. Just because, how do you be born on Pokemon Day and not get Pokemon every single year? It's kind of required. Hey, Mickey, thanks for the sub. But yeah, no, so yet again, I absolutely love Pokemon, and it's been such a big thing in my life that it's nice to see that it's still going so strong. Speaking of Gustavo, let's talk about that direct. Oh one.
My God.
New Pokemon Snap. That social, like, I know some people aren't going to care, but that social media, being able to share pictures and edit them is going to be so awesome. I'm going to spend hours doing that. I'm warning you guys now, if you follow me on my social media, that's what you're getting on Instagram and shit. If I start using my Instagram, that's what I'm using. Go ahead, Gustavo.
I never played the first one. I don't even think I ever bought it.
Which is valid.
Nintendo, it'll probably be $60.
Oh, it is. I'm high-key upset about it, but with the amount of features that it seems like it's gonna have, I'm not too upset because I've waited since I was a kid for a new Pokemon Snap. I absolutely loved the game as a kid because I never owned an N64. I had to go to friends to play it, and they always wanted to play like GoldenEye and stuff. And I'm like, can we just play Pokemon Snap or Pokemon Stadium? And they're like, no, I want to play shooter games and stuff, but Pokemon. So yet again, reminder, I was the weird kid growing up. But no, for me, new Pokemon Snap, just that social media aspect is really nice. I know some people aren't there, but one, I'm always looking to start to do new stuff to help advertise and stuff, and that's just gonna be another fun thing I can do with the community. Me and my buddy Cam are talking about running through the game against each other and stuff, and obviously I'm gonna be sharing a lot of stuff with it on media. Karina and I will probably send each other pictures and stuff through it because she's getting her own copy, because I told her she could not play it until I beat it. So she's getting her. You think I'm kidding? I told her straight up, like, if you want to play this.
I know you're not kidding. That's the crazy thing. I know you're absolutely not kidding.
But yeah, no. So for me, it comes down to, like, it's a game that, like, one, we never thought we'd get. So I'm very excited for that. Two, just the idea behind it, and it looks so good graphically.
Oh yeah, it did look good.
It graphically, it is so gorgeous. But then obviously we, as Gustavo previously mentioned, we got Diamond and Pearl remakes confirmed. The art style, at least in the overworld, looks weird. I will state that. I don't know how to feel about it. I hope, because Karina and I talked about it yesterday. I think I know what the problem is with the game. Is the characters are in between being chibi enough to be cute, like Link's Awakening, or not chibi enough to be cute like Link's Awakening, but not realistic enough to kind of remind you of whatchamacallit. Oh shit! I got a shiny Uxie. First try.
Oh. What? Oh, okay.
Oh shit, let's go.
Fantastic.
Woo! Let's go. Shiny legendary first attempt. Let's go, guys.
Wait,
that's actually really
game
good.
are you playing?
Sword and Shield. I'm doing max raids.
DLC?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I was really confused.
Oh, that is so awesome. Oh, first try. Shiny Uxie. Let's go. Stream, I need a name. But continuing on. So Diamond Pearl Remake. Yeah, the characters look weird, but like when they go into the battle sequence, it reminds me of Let's Go. And Let's Go graphically looked really good. Let's be real. Let's Go looked in the battles. I'm talking, not the overworld. In the battles, they looked really good. Like, they still had the Pokemon style. It wasn't realistic, but I don't think Pokemon's ever gonna go hyper realistic. I just don't think it's feasible.
Nah, but
I know.
I'm saying if they do that, if they follow Octopath Traveler,
I don't think they can.
anything like that.
I don't think
You
they
don't
can.
think so?
Square Enix has such a nice style that it's hard to copy. You know what I mean?
That would look really, really nice.
I would love to see Pokemon pair with Square Enix. That would be really cool, actually. To see something like Pokemon Conquest be done in like an Octopath artistic style.
Dude,
would
I
be
keep hearing about
pristine.
Pokemon Conquest, but I have no clue what it is, to be honest.
So it's a so you know Fire Emblem gameplay, right? Where it's turn-based, tactical.
yeah.
That kind of style gameplay where it's I don't know if you know the game Nobunaga's Ambition. It's an older game where you essentially try to conquer Japan. It's Pokemon's take on that.
Oh.
It's really good, actually. It's just really long. And
Yeah, that sounds
essentially
like
to
a
evolve the
good idea.
Pokemon, you have to grow their relationship with their trainer and stuff. It's actually really good, though, for that reasoning.
What did it come out on?
DS.
Oh, DS, really?
Yeah, I actually have the emulator for it. I've thought about streaming it.
Dude, I was looking into. I really wanted to play a Pokemon game when I woke up, and I was looking into emulators because I have not touched Black at all, Black or White.
Oh my, those are my favorite ones. Black and White 1 and 2 are so good. I know a lot of
wanted
people.
to play it.
So I will warn you, because what everyone else hates about the games is none of the old Pokemon are in the first Black and White. You don't get them until the end game. You have to play with all new Gen 5 Pokemon, which a lot of people turned a lot of people off from the game, but I absolutely loved.
I'd be okay with that.
Exactly. That's how I looked at it. Some people just were like, nope, that's not something I'm interested in.
Everyone just wants the national dex, and that's it.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, like, people were complaining when Sword and Shield said there wasn't going to be a national dex. But how many people loved Gen 4 when there was almost no fire types in the game? And how many fire types came from prior gens?
At some point, you gotta just understand that having every single Pokemon in the game is just not feasible. There's a lot of Pokemon right now.
Exactly.
There's
What were-
so much. I mean, they do cut corners sometimes.
Oh yeah, quite often.
With the amount of corners that they cut, they could possibly put them on. Eventually.
We're gonna get to over 1,000 Pokemon, and who has that? Yes, you can transfer them from old games, but you need to think of the new players. Not every player is coming from the last game. Some people are just starting out. There's kids playing these games for the first time because their friends are into it, their parents are into it, stuff like that. I think people look at it as, well, what about me? But they don't understand that it's not just about you. Pokemon is a multi-billion-dollar media conglomerate of the anime, the card game, the video games, the merch. The merch, holy cow. Let's be real. But yeah. What was I saying before? Oh, Diamond and Pearl Remakes. So, yet again, I've not played Diamond and Pearl. So I don't know what's going into it. But knowing now that it's a 1-for-1 remake of Diamond and Pearl, I'm not going to go back and play the old games. There makes no sense to it. Exactly. It makes no sense to play it. It's about to be remade.
And it's coming out this year too.
Exactly. And not that far away, if we're being honest.
Yeah, this seems like it's coming out pretty
Very much so. I'm very excited for Diamond Pearl Remakes. I'm optimistic, but I'm scared optimistic. I'm like, this could be really good, but it could also crash and burn. But I think, as we kind of mentioned earlier, what saved the entire freaking presentation, Pokemon Legends Arceus. Oh my god. What we've been waiting for. Literally since I was a child, all I've thought about is like this kind of thing where you can roam around and look for Pokemon and stuff like that. And oh, it looks, I literally was like, oh my god, is this what I think it is? And oh, it, like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, it doesn't even look that good graphically. But one, we're a year away from release.
Yeah.
Let's be real, we are a year. That is probably very alpha footage. But even so, like, people were complaining about, what was it? The,
frame rate.
well, the frame rate problems, but like the grass. People were complaining about the grass. I'm like, I actually like how the grass looks in it. Because it looks stylistically like old Japanese art. And I think a lot of people... Go ahead.
To me, it looked like, it honestly looked like how Sword and Shield should have looked.
Oh, 100%. 100%. But I understand why it wouldn't actually make sense for Sword and Shield to look like that. This is a Japanese-based region, Sinnoh. So having it where we get this Japanese style art to it only makes sense in Sinnoh, Kanto, Johto, and Hoenn. Those are the 4 Japanese-based regions. So this Japanese artistic style only works in those 3 regions. Or 4 regions. But I think like the open world, the mechanics to it, because a lot of people are calling it Breath of the Wild for Pokemon.
Yeah.
And like if that's the standard we're going to, like I don't expect it to be the complete level of Breath of the Wild. That's kind of unrealistic. Let's be real. Do I want it to be headed in that direction? Yes. I think it's unrealistic for how far along it seems to be. I think if Pokemon Legends is a continuing series, which it should be, Pokemon, it should be a continuing series. Give me Pokemon Legends for every region. I want to go back in time and see the building of these regions and how they dealt with the world. I love that idea. So for me, it's one of those things that, like, the concept of it is just so big. And that's why I think I've been kind of spamming in a lot of my Discords and stuff, saying, yes, order this game because it will show Pokemon that this is the direction we want them going in. And that, I think, is the most important part, is showing Nintendo, hey, or Pokemon, hey, we want you to continue doing open world. We want you to be looking towards innovating and pushing Pokemon forward like every other game is. So I think that's where I come from on how I look at Pokemon Legends. Gustavo, your thoughts on it?
So, the first thing I thought of when I saw it was, of course, Breath of the Wild. And my second thought was, I remember hearing a leak back when they were giving leaks for Sword and Shield, and it described it perfectly to how Legends works. So in my head is, they got the leak very early, and they just got the line from doing it. Because it literally said it was a Pokemon game that was going to be like Breath of the Wild. It was going to be Breath of the Wild status, and that's exactly what Legends is. So, I'm assuming this game has been in development for a really long time.
Oh yeah.
Whoever had that week just got something like way ahead of time. That they seemed like they weren't credible, but now it seems like they were just super early.
Agreed.
I'm very fucking excited.
Yeah, I honestly, yet again, I think this is going to be the game that kind of is make or break for Pokemon. I think.
Yeah, it could also potentially be really bad.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, if they boss this so bad, they're screwed. But I think, like, yet again, it 100% saved their entire freaking direct. Let's be real, because people would have been disappointed with how whatchamacallit came out. Diamond and Pearl. They had to know. They had to have known people would have been pissed about how it came out. So they probably were like, well, here's our big thing. And maybe they don't even think of Legends as their big thing, but they should be. Because that is the direction we should be going. I'm excited. And I know
that shit day one.
Oh, 100%. And I know some people are going to be like, oh, well, it's pre-alpha. There's no guarantee it's going to be good. It's Pokemon. They're going to mess it up somehow. But let's try to stay positive. At least a little bit.
They do have all their remakes. Everything that they're working on, they're having other people working on, so they can focus on working.
Exactly. So that's where my mindset goes, really, at this point, is if they're choosing to let other people, and let's be real, they're letting other people handle their literal cash cow, they must be thinking about what Legends is going to do for them. If they're the only ones touching it, and everything else that is super important, they're letting other companies handle. Which is so important to think about, because, let's be real, as I said, Pokemon is their cash cow. And Sinnoh is one of the most beloved generations in Pokemon. So to let someone else handle the remake of it, they must think that, brain fart, that Legends is where they need to put their money, their resources, and their time. If they're willing to put other companies in charge of Sinnoh remakes. And that's how I want to look at it. Is that tells me that there's at least something good that they're thinking about. So Gustavo, I do have another question for you. Have you ever caught a shiny Pokemon in Pokemon?
I think probably accidentally.
So actually,
grinding for them. That shit's rough.
That's 100% valid. So funny enough, the first time I ever encountered a shiny outside of Red Gyarados, that's a guaranteed shiny, we don't count that, was actually in my copy of Fire Red. I had gotten it and I was playing through it, just finishing the Sevi Islands, and suddenly I see a silver Rapidash, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell this is. I'm gonna catch it. So, no, I caught that thing. I wish I still had that copy of Fire Red. But yeah, no, so the first shiny outside of Gyarados for me was Rapidash, which is actually one of my favorite shinies. It's gorgeous. The only other shiny I think I've truly grinded for, like to hatch, is Hawlucha. Hawlucha is my favorite shiny. It is gorgeous. I love the coloration. I was a little upset because the shiny Hawlucha I got was female, because my intention was to name it Rey Mysterio, because of course it was. I'm a freaking wrestling nerd too. But, I mean, it is the Luchador Pokemon. How do you not name it after probably the most famous luchador. So I had that shiny Hawlucha. I don't think there's ever been another Pokemon I've grinded shinies so hard for. Was Zubat, but that's because Crobat's my second favorite Pokemon, and I absolutely love it. But for me, it comes down to I just never found the interest in constant shiny hunting, except for I am actually shiny hunting Tapu Bulu in raids for this, but it's because I absolutely love shiny Bulu. It actually, for Draft League, the first time I ever did a Draft League, I am actually part of one for the college once again. My carry was Tapu Bulu, which I just named Bulu in all caps because I would just put wood hammer on it and watch it smack things down because it's such a bulky mon. I love it. It's yet again one of those mons I absolutely have a complete love for because of just personal reasons. There's a couple other mons that come from like Draft League my love for. The big one being Fortress. Fortress is just such an annoying mon. It's just so cool. I don't get heavy into competitive for Pokemon. I've never been too interested in it. But I love Draft League because I love just messing around with friends and stuff. Oh, I think I just got knocked out. Yep, damn. No shiny toxicity. But yeah, no, for me... What?
Where was the first time you've ever seen Pokemon?
So, it was probably the anime at some point.
I think it might have been the anime for me too.
It was probably the anime. And then I got the games for Christmas.
I think that's exactly how it happened for me too.
Because I had gotten a copy of Blue. My younger brother got Red, and my cousin actually did not get a Pokemon game. He was so upset. He was the only one of the three of us not to get a Pokemon game. His parents had money and stuff, so like he ended up getting both games later. Plus, he got Yellow, and for years he got every game until Gen 3 when he started getting out of it. And like he had a copy of Ruby, but he never played it and stuff. And I was like, well, can I have it? And he's like, no, I might someday go play it, and so never got it or anything.
Never, and he probably never played it.
Yeah, I don't even know what happened to it. Me and my cousin don't really speak nowadays. We're very different paths in life, to say the least. But yeah, no. So that's one of the things is I was always kind of, as I mentioned before, when it came to my family, I was always kind of the black sheep because I'm extremely nerdy. I'm very creatively inclined, where a lot of my family, they're kind of down in the dirt, do hard work and stuff, and I'm like, but work smarter, think about how you do stuff and everything. So it kind of put us on very different ground, where they're very sportsy and stuff, and as I said, I'm very nerdy. About the closest I can connect to them is on certain movies. Like my dad is a massive Star Wars and Marvel fan. My uncle loved the Lord of the Rings series. But for the most part, a lot of my family I didn't really connect to. So it kind of left me kind of on the outside. Where when I was younger, Pokemon was the one thing me, my brother, and my cousin kind of all could be into. But as my cousin grew up and stuff we probably shouldn't have been getting into, it kind of left me on the outs of it. But yet again, Pokemon ended up being a really big thing for me, because it really ended up being what connected me to a lot of my close friends, including obviously Gustavo here. because we've done Draft League together.
So when I get into it, so I have my game plan set really well to this before to get into really, really fucking hard.
You're good.
I couldn't hear like the last 2 seconds.
I was just asking you about, because you had participated in one season of Draft. I know you didn't have that much fun with it.
Yeah, everyone's big game, and I'm just with their Pokemon do this.
That's some of the problem with it, is we do have some big brain individuals in there. Like Dawn, I love watching when she gets her butt kicked in the finals every time by Cyrus. Considering she can always beat Cyrus in like the roundabout, but she always loses to him in the final. Or she loses to somebody she beats. Always, because she lost to Nick last semester. So it's funny to me that she seems to choke pretty consistently in Draft League. I know her excuse is, no, they know how to build against me, but then you shouldn't build the same every time. As if I can talk all that much, I consistently build the same teams always, because I'm horrible.
I mean, when I was playing, I had a good time. I didn't really know all the types since at some point I stopped playing. I think before Sword and Shield, my last game of Pokemon was probably Gen 4. Because once I played Gen 4, I went backwards instead of keeping up with the new game.
And some people do
that. I
that.
haven't played Black. I haven't played the sequel to Black either. I haven't played X.
X and Y you can get custom. The only good thing that came out of it was Megas. Only good thing.
Yeah. Ever since Gen 4, I just went backwards and I enjoyed my time going backwards.
So, yet again, as I said, I did not play Gen 4. I know everyone says it's the greatest one. I've always meant to go back and play it. At this point, I'm going to wait, obviously. So, as a lot of you probably know, at least on my stream, I do a Nuzlocke weekly with my friend Chungus McGee, aka Alba. And that has very much regrown a lot of my love for Pokemon again, other than Go, where, like, for me, Pokemon Go came at a really good time in my life, because my wife and I had just we had been together a little while. We had just moved out to Phoenix, and love you too, Cam. And so for me, originally it was a way for me and my sister to hang out and connect, because we had just moved away from her dad's house. Our mom and her dad were going through a really rough divorce, so she was in kind of an awkward place. So Pokemon Go was kind of our escape. Karina originally had zero interest in Pokemon, absolutely zero. She saw a couple of them, and that's when she started to get interested. Mainly Eevee and Vulpix were the two that really she grew to love and still loves. And then as she started to download Go and stuff, and just started to enjoy the games more, and then Sun and Moon came out, and that's when I got her into it. And so from there on, we kind of continued to play, and like Go was our way of getting out, because at the time we weren't really going out as often. I was pretty much going to school, and then we'd go home and take care of stuff, because we were getting ready for the wedding and stuff. And so, and then also Karina and I spent a lot of our summers working carnivals, which were absolute hell, but we got around and saw a lot of different areas, and it was always fun for me and her to go out and Pokemon hunt. was one of the best parts of it. Hey, Nightbot worked! Ha! Sorry, it sent out my Discord thing. Yeah, Karina and I worked Carnival Games for our former landlord for, what, 2 years, babe? 2-3 years? I think I worked 3 years, you worked 2, right? 2.5. Yeah, I worked 3 years, she worked 2.5 years. We pretty much, I ran the balloon dart game, which is rigged as hell.
It was not rigged.
It was rigged. There was no double X tags up there.
It was pre-planned.
Yeah, sorry, pre-planned, not rigged. Quote unquote.
Yeah, okay.
You ran the
I did.
balloon game.
I did a couple of them. I did the mirrors and I did the toilet bowl.
Yeah, where I pretty much only ran, or I ran the poster game.
We
And-
both did that. That was
Yeah, poster game sucks. But
the toilet game was rigged. I'm sorry.
toilet game was rigged.
Because wiffle ball does not go well with porcelain.
Yeah, no, so Pokemon Go was very much, and that's why, like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, Pokemon Go is so annoying, but it kind of got that energy back into the franchise, when, let's be real, it kind of really needed it.
Okay, let's put it like this. Pokemon Go, great. It was revolutionary for mobile games. It was enjoyed by pretty much everyone else. Pokemon Let's Go, completely unnecessary.
I'm gonna disagree, for one reason. It was the in-between game for Pokemon Go players to join actual Pokemon, is how I look at it. Or Let's Go. That was their goal with Let's Go. It was not necessary for the mainstream fans. That's not what the game was for. It was never about fans like me and you. It was for those players looking to move from Go to the main series. Because let's be real, jumping from the main series jumping from Go to the main series is a massive jump. Because Go doesn't have abilities. It has only 3 stats for Pokemon. You have to understand type advantages much better. Because, like, in Go, there's not a immunity to Ghost for normal or normal for Ghost. Those things don't exist. So you kind of need that in-between game to teach people. That's how I look at Let's Go. And that's why Let's Go was not a game for me.
I would accept that if the game wasn't $60.
Oh, yeah, no, it was. They priced that. But there's the Nintendo tax, as everyone loves to say, where Nintendo games never go on sale, as we all know. They almost never go on sale. Breath of the Wild is still a $60 game. Or they go on sale, but they never drop price permanently.
I did not buy Let's Go until I told myself I wouldn't buy this game because it's a trash game, in my opinion, of course, until it is $20 or less. And I currently own Let's Go Easy.
Like, they go on sale,
for a very long time.
but they never perma-drop. They never perma-drop. Like, even the DS games are still $40 going back and trying to, like, get a Pokemon game. They're so expensive. It's one of those things. And, like, I know that's Pokemon. Pokemon is the most popular franchise other than Mario and Zelda. And I know if Shane was in chat, he'd be like, what about Metroid? But, no. Metroid does not have the pull of Pokemon. That's a joke. But yeah, no. So, actually, I want to ask one more thing, Gustavo. What of the no? What of the Pokemon movies have you seen?
I think I've seen all of them except for one.
Okay. So, like, what are your thoughts on Detective Pikachu?
Oh, Detective Pikachu. I don't remember doing that. I think I did. It's been a while since I've seen it.
I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a great movie. I thought it was a great telling of live action Pokemon, I hope to see more stuff. Even if it's not in the Detective Pikachu world, I want to see more live action Pokemon realized a little bit more. And I know they can't really tell like a Pokemon main series game story in live action, but something like Ranger would be really good in live action. I think.
I kind of want to see like. Have you seen at least the trailer for the new Tom and Jerry movie?
Yes.
Dude, imagine a Pokemon game like that.
I don't know if
Pokemon movie.
I don't know if going full cartoony, well, mixing the cartoon and real world would work. I think
I don't know. It could.
It could, but like I've seen a lot of the fan-made Pokemon movie trailers, and some of them are, if I'm being honest. Like there was one, I can't remember what it was called, but like they had a Quilava, and it looked so good. And Quilava's, as I said, Pimple is one of my favorite Pokemon. So seeing a live Quilava, or a CGI Quilava looks so good. I was like, ooh, I love it.
Yeah,
But you're going. Same. Like it was a fun movie. Do I think it was like the greatest movie of all time? No, it's still the best video game movie, but we don't count that. Doesn't have much competition.
I remember. I'm starting to remember it. I watched it even in the theater. Yeah.
So did we, actually. Then, like, we've actually gone to see, I think, only one of the more recent Pokemon animated movies. We saw one of those in theaters. It was actually really fun. The Power of Us, which is essentially a retelling of Pokemon 2000, which is my favorite Pokemon movie. I thought that was great, even though I do love Pokemon the first movie with Mewtwo, because, you know, how do you not? That movie was so good and so emotional when Ash turns to stone. Spoilers for a, like, 20-year-old movie. I don't think I can really count spoilers for that. Yeah, no shiny that time. But, do you know, I'm happy I got one shiny first raid 2 and a legendary. Ooh. But yeah, I'm trying to think. So, Gustavo, you and I obviously do a Pokemon D&D. For those of you that don't know, on stream that Gustavo and I do this weekly, where we play Pokemon D&D right now, which is actually based in... What's up?
I've been bugging you about it for like a good couple months before.
Yeah.
We got to.
Yeah, we had talked about, because you had originally wanted me to do Rick and Morty D&D. And I was like, I'm not really big on Rick and Morty. And then I had talked about potentially doing Pokemon D&D and stuff. And so we finally were able to figure out a day and stuff to be able to do it and stuff. And so actually the premise behind it, the entire world, is actually not even based in Pokemon. It's actually based on Runeterra, aka the League of Legends world, which works out for like you and Corey and John and even Rob, because that's a world you guys know really well, even though most of you also know Pokemon. So, but I do accept your love. I already said that, Cam. But yeah, no. So for Mimikyu. So it's, for me, it's another fun thing to do, and it's something I wish Pokemon would one day do down the line, is release their own like version of a tabletop RPG.
That would be so cool.
I would love to see them have that realized in some way down the line. Which actually, now that I think about it, something I've been thinking about when it comes to Pokemon Legends Arceus, because everyone's questioning why they picked those 3 starters. It actually makes perfect sense when you think about it. It is past Japan, And Nightbot, why are you being mean to Cam? But when we look at the 3 starters, so Rowlet is an archer in his final evolution, Decidueye. Samurott is a samurai. And Typhlosion is pure raid. It's essentially different RPG classes when you think about it. You have the archer, you have the samurai, and then you have the barbarian, which is what Typhlosion would represent. Because they couldn't go with something like Emboar because they already picked Oshawott. So if we're, that's how I'm looking at it, is from that kind of RPG aspect, because that's definitely what they're going with. Oh yeah, Arceus is going to be, as I said, Karina and I already plan to get it we're going to pre-order it soon and pick it up day 1. That'll be a day 1 stream for me. I can't wait, honestly. It's gonna quickly become one of my favorite games, I have a feeling. I hope. Yeah, Arceus is just gonna be so good. I'm so excited.
It is 100%.
So, Gustavo, one last thing. What would your ideal Pokemon game be?
My ideal, well, I've kind of been saying it, the whole Octopath Traveler type. The art style of Octopath Traveler with Pokemon, that would be my ideal.
So, I kind of made it pretty obvious, at least in the club Discord, is the biggest thing I want out of Legends is home building. Essentially, I want to build this town to be my city, where as I'm going out and doing stuff, I want to customize it where it might not always be exactly like everyone else's. I'm sure that won't be a thing. I'm sure everyone's will upgrade in the end the same. But I want to go my own path with it, and because I love strategy games. I love that aspect of strategy games like that. So for me, I would love something where you're essentially building your city. And so, as I brought up in that post on Discord, Digimon World Next Order, they do that where you bring in different NPCs, and that are Digimon, but would be trainers in this Pokemon game. That idea of bringing them in and having it kind of where it encapsulates you making this world your own, I think would be really cool to see in an open world like Legends, because Legends already is immediately like exactly where I want it to, or I want to see Pokemon heading. Is Arceus is very much that level. And like, I love games like Conquest and I love Snap, but those are spin-off games. Pokemon will never go that way permanently, I don't think. But Arceus,
You won't see a permanent Snap.
no, I'll be surprised if we get another one after this one.
I highly doubt it.
Exactly. So for me, it comes down to, I really want to see essentially a way for us to get another. That's another way for us to explore the Pokemon world with less constraints. And that's what I think Arceus is doing, and that's what I've wanted from Pokemon. Is I want to explore the world at my pace, because I am horrible when it comes to open world games. I will spend literal hours trying to find everything. It's part of the reason I'm very iffy on playing JRPGs and stuff on this channel, even though I do play a couple. Fire Emblem 3 Houses, I was very iffy on playing, but a lot of my friends were like, no, just play it. and I'm trying not to like spend 7-8 hours at every
Dude,
time.
If you gotta spend 7-8 hours, spend the 7-8 hours, dude.
But
Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
oh yeah, but for me it comes down to I absolutely love what Pokemon's starting to do, and I really hope that we see more innovation like Arceus. I think if this does well, I think Pokemon's going to understand, like, yes, this is the direction we should be heading in, and whether or not we're like it's going to be a spin-off series that we get consistently, which I would be okay with, or if that's the main series we're going to get from now on, and they just adjust how the main series works into Pokemon Arceus. I think that's kind of where I stand with what I want to see Pokemon do. So with that, any final comments or thoughts, Gustavo?
I just hope that they delay Arceus
If needed. 100%.
I really don't want them to rush
100%. I think if they do, it'll come out bad, and that's what'll ruin it.
Yeah, and if that game comes out bad, there will never be another game like that.
No, and that will upset me because that's the direction I want to see Pokemon headed in.
Yeah, I just really hope they don't fuck it up.
Agreed.
Yeah,
So,
Pokemon, fun, my childhood, my life.
right, same. I don't want to, like, I want Pokemon to continue another 25 years. Like, the fact that 25 years ago, if you had said this was going to be a multi-billion-dollar company and it was going to be worldwide and people would be making content on Pokemon and making money on content 20 years ago, people would have called you literally insane. And now it's feasible, because I know a lot of PokeTubers, they're making their own regions now and stuff, and making their own stories and fake Pokemon and stuff, and it's actually something really fun. And I don't know if I'd ever do it because I'd have to pay somebody to make Pokemon and stuff, but like, I'm a storyteller and it's almost tempting. But yeah, so Gustavo, where can people find you?
Twitter, real
So for
you, bro?
For me, it's twitch.tv/Hawkeye57_57. Twitter, it's @Hawkeye57_. And then I do have YouTube and Discord now, which you can find in my stream chat by using the commands Discord and YouTube. My YouTube, I don't have a customized link yet, so it's kind of hard to find. I do have Instagram. I don't really use my Instagram. And I do have my Facebook set up, which you can find as Hawkeye Gaming. So if you have me already on Facebook, my personal account, I do share some of the stuff I post from Hawkeye Gaming onto there. So feel free to come check that out. And if you're interested in joining the Discord, I know I'm going full pro streamer. Got that affiliate. Gotta get on it. But yet again, guys, thank you for joining us. We will see you again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Thank you, Gustavo. And I will see you actually in a few minutes.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, your boy is like half asleep. Yeah, Brian. If I'm like a little slow on D&D tonight, it's just cause hello. Okay. Okay. I will see you in a bit. Bye bye.